Read it to you. Okay. All the stupid attempts to find the answer to the why question, why did my robust sailor die at the age of 33 of cancer? All my searches were a bust, a waste of time. Yet I couldn't stop. Shamefully, I remembered a time that ended badly. While raising our children, there was time to search for the answer, but when our children finished college, the haunting question came off the back burner. The internet was new and an excellent tool for searching for my answer. For hours, I tied up my phone line with my AOL dial-up account. Chat rooms were plentiful, and I joined every room related to the Navy. There were many leads. One sailor thought he remembered a fire on the USS Long Beach, but he didn't know if any radiation was released. After I set out on Google to search, nothing matched his claim. Another sailor gave his sincere promise to search for his records to find my answer, but he disappeared from the chat room. Lead after lead came in, but no answer. But I didn't stop. Foolishly, I went to Philadelphia to meet a man who claimed to have proof of Bud's exposure to radiation. At first, I asked him to either mail or email copies, but he insisted I'd meet him in person. A giant red flag, but I went anyway. On a dark winter evening, I drove Route 309 towards Philadelphia. The plan was to meet this man at a restaurant in Center City, Philadelphia, to pick up the papers that proved that radiation killed Bud. No way could I tell anyone where I was going. The people who continuously scolded me for my search for an answer. Knowing my friends, they would say, what a stupid idea this was to drive to the city of brotherly love to meet a stranger. Their next statement would be the reprimand they always spouted out whenever I spoke of my husband. He's dead. Get over it. Didn't they understand? I don't know why they couldn't understand. I knew the love of my life, but was dead. The last time I sat at one of our children's sports events, I sat alone, and the second pillow in my bed empty, and I wanted to know why. The Center City parking lot was empty as I parked the car and then nervously walked across the empty blacktop. A group of teenagers milled around the corner of the first intersection, so I hastened my pace. With a careful watch, I gradually made it to the restaurant. It wasn't a restaurant, but a bar. Yes, they served food, but nothing I would eat. From the outside appearance, it was a wonder the health department didn't shut this place down. I stood outside in the evening darkness on a littered sidewalk and pondered if I should go inside. The answer might be there, so I went into the bar. Once my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I gasped, "What a dump!" As I walked forward, the smell of stale booze and cigarettes filled my nostrils. I was much younger, and the old patrons gawked at me as I walked towards the bar. In the back were a bunch of mismatched cheap plastic chairs. I paused, and red flags flashed across my mind. Turn around, good advice for any woman. But I continued my walk towards the tables. Why not? I walked a mile in hell while Bud was sick, only 5 more feet to find out why. A lone man sat at the table, early 50s, with stringy hair and an unkept beard. As he sat back on the cheap plastic chair, his pot belly protruded out. He gave me a once-over with his eyes, then slurred. "Hey, doll." He picked up his shot glass and then downed it in one gulp. "Come on, doll, sit down." Oh, he said the wrong word. My Bud affectionately nicknamed me Doll. Coming from this asshole made my blood boil. Not sitting down, I asked demandingly, "Do you have the papers you promised?" "Aw, come on, Doll, sit down and have a drink. What's your hurry? Let's talk a while. Sit down." His hands went up and he yelled, "Hey, Harry, get this sweet thing a drink." He leaned back further in the chair and then tumbled to the floor. The stench of his body was so repugnant, so I took a step back. You don't have the papers for me, do you? I put my hands on my hips as he labored to stand again. Come on, doll, have a drink. We can talk about that later. One drink. Sit down, doll. You weren't even in the military, right? Hell no, doll. You think I was stupid enough to get sent to Nam with all those other schmucks? I went to Canada. Come on, have a drink, doll. As he attempted to get off the floor, he wavered, but eventually stood. He walked forward, then grabbed my arm. I tried to get away, but he had a hard hold on me and started to tug me towards the table. Carrying a baseball bat, the bartender swiftly moved to my side, then warned, "Let the lady go, Dick, you're drunk. Sit down and behave yourself." The baseball bat came up, and then the bartender's hand poised to attack. I ran. I ran so fast to the car, locked the doors, and then drove home. Never told anyone what a stupid thing I did. After that scare, I halted my search, but not completely. The question still rattled around my brain. So, guys, you can see why this had to be cut. This is about me and not about my husband. But did this truly happen? Yes, it happened. It happened, and I kept searching and searching and searching to find out what killed my bud. February 2nd, 2020, I found out. I don't like it, but I know.